आज हम एक ऐसी दुनिया में जी रहे हैं जहां लॉज व्यवस्था से ज़्यादा परेशानी लगने लगे हैं। अकॉर्डिंग टू अ स्टडी 70% से ज़्यादा लोग एक्सीडेंट जैसे केसेस में आगे नहीं आते क्योंकि उन्हें पुलिस और कोर्ट के चक्कर में नहीं पड़ना। तो लॉज और हमारे बीच के इस गैप को कैसे कम किया जा सकता है? कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हमारी लाइफ को साधु साध्वी श्रावक श्राविका के संग को कैसे हेल्पफुल हो सकता है और हमारी पर्सनल एंड प्रोफेशनल लाइफ को कैसे बेटर बना सकता है। ऐसे बहुत सारे विजनरी इंसाइट्स आज हमें हमारे गेस्ट श्री कमलेश भाई शाह से मिलने वाले हैं, जो लास्ट 30 इयर्स से शासन रक्षा के लिए गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसीज और लीगल मैटर्स पर रिसर्च करते आए हैं और जिनके एफर्ट से शासन सेवा के अद्भुत कार्य हुए हैं। बिफोर वी स्टार्ट, वी वुड लाइक टू पे ग्रैटिट्यूड टू परमात्मा जिन्होंने हमें यूनिवर्सल लॉज के बारे में बताया है। लोगों का ऐसा मानना है कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन और धर्म का कोई लेना देना नहीं है। सो अकॉर्डिंग टू यू, डज धर्म अलाइन विद द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन?
Yes, of course, Prachi. Uh, in fact, Dharma also has a constitution. Our Agam, our Shastras are constitution, and there is a guideline everywhere is given. So long as we are concerning present issue on our national constitution. So it does matter because there are several provisions in constitution that which is directly affecting our religious practices and to our worshipping places. So it is very important to know which are the laws and rules and acts which are really affecting our religious practices, because without that knowledge we have seen over a period of time that there is a lot of suffering. You see, our Sangh has suffered, our Sashan has suffered, and our Tirth have suffered. तो ये एक बहुत ज़रूरी है. और कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, इनफैक्ट इफ वी नो द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन देन वी कैन सजेस्ट द पार्लियामेंटेरियन, द लॉ मेकर्स to make certain amendments into that, which makes our worshipping is so for that purpose also that is very much required. Besides that, as you say, there are a lot of incident of accidents, and also there we need to know the constitution, that nothing is going to happen if you complain. If you ask the police to FIR register the FIR, and if he is not registering, definitely you can ask him why you are not registering. I can make it even online also.
And I think धर्म and constitution दोनों की स्थापना के पीछे का reason was very similar कि लोग सुखी बने. People should feel that their lives have become easier. जैसे कि जैनिज्म में we have principles like अहिंसा, जीव दया, equality or being loyal to your country, and these are the same laws which we can see in the constitution as well. Jainism talks about मार्गानुसारी, in which we have 35 qualities, जिसमें एक है देशाचार का पालन करना, which means कि मोक्ष मार्ग में भी आगे बढ़ने के लिए आपको देश के नियमों का पालन करना ज़रूरी है. So what such laws or what such provisions of the constitution are there which support Jainism and which every Jain should be aware of?
Look, this Deshachar ka palan and all are very important, and that those practice were when it was really followed. At that time, the peoples were very happy. There were problems which we are facing right now. The challenges we have right now, those were not at that point of time.
Correct.
तो लेकिन बात क्या है कि अभी पहले जो राजा के ऊपर धर्माचार्य थे, तो जो राजा भी कोई डिसीजन लेते थे तो भी धर्माचार्य को पूछ के लेते थे. बाद में क्या हो गया कि ओवर ए पीरियड ऑफ टाइम विद द डिटोरिएशन ऑफ मेंटालिटीज, व्हाट हैज हैपेंड इज देन द गवर्नमेंट एंड इलेक्टेड लॉ मेकर्स आर द सुप्रीम अथॉरिटीज. नाउ इन दिस डेमोक्रेसी देयर इज a secular fabrics is given. So the secular fabrics is dharma nirapeksh. Pehle it was dharma sapeksh. So the care was taken for everybody. Complete जीव सृष्टि की केयर लेते थे. अभी क्या है, it is a human centric. Human centric में जाएगा तो then you see it will go again, it will narrow. who can afford, then who can dominate. So इसमें वो selfishness आ गया factor. So that is the issue कि जब तक वो मार्गानुसारी की बात है, जब तक धर्म का जो संशोधन है और डायरेक्शन है, that is a perfect direction and that is holistic direction. Whenever you are diverting yourself, then the problems comes, one after another.
जैसे you talked about secularism, but our actual experiences on ground में बहुत अलग है. Let's take a basic example. आज मुंबई में ऐसी बहुत स्कूल्स हैं जहाँ पे बच्चों को तिलक लगा के आना अलाउड नहीं है, जहाँ पर्यूषण में हॉलीडेज तो दूर की बात, एग्जाम्स रखी जाती है. सो हाउ कैन वी एक्ट ऑन दिस?
That is, I think, you see, that is because the mentality of parents rather, they will not ask the school principal that on what ground you can prevent them.
Yeah.
बुरखा तो प्रिवेंट नहीं किया सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने.
There is a community जो जिनको पगड़ी पहनना अलाउड है because they fought for it and they raised their voices for it.
Yes, किरपान रखना है. किरपान is one kind of हथियार. स्वॉर्ड रखना है. इवन फ्लाइट में भी लेके जाते हैं. तो you see, you have to substantiate a religious principle. तो जो बिंदी लगाना है या मेहंदी लगाना है या टीका लगाना है या सिंदूर लगाना है, तो that is our religious practice, that is our identity. We can't lose our identity. And you see, recently just the burqa case in the Supreme Court upheld कि भाई वो जिसकी जो मर्जी वो कर सकते हैं. आप देखिए,
so this is what the constitution says, that we can keep our
definitely you have to right the profess your culture. That's my culture.
So what is the loss that we are facing because of not knowing the laws that are mentioned in the constitution?
No, it is like that. There are fundamental rights. Number one. Now the fundamental right is right for life, right for liberty of living, right to business, right to education, and right to profess the religious of his own conscience.
Okay.
It is there. That is why on Bakri Eid, the goats are slaughtered. Their religious says that. Correct? Otherwise they should have stopped.
Yeah, correct.
So this is how we need to know that this is my right. Now if any principal or school management says something, you are absent so you will not allowed to sit in the examination. So it's his own version.
Okay, that is not mentioned in the constitution.
Not necessary. Why? Yeah, of course. For notorious reasons, if you are absent, it's a different thing. But you've got the genuine reason to, you can always. But school can't prevent you from appearing in the examination.
So इसमें दो चीज़ें बहुत ज़रूरी है. First, we need to have the knowledge that such things are mentioned in the constitution, and secondly, we need to raise our voices for it.
We need to have the voice.
Yeah.
We need to have the voice. Once you start arguing, first you should have the knowledge, and based on that knowledge, if you start putting your stand, you see, then there is your victory is ascertained.
Okay.
That girl went up to Supreme Court for burqa.
Yeah.
See, otherwise she could have given up.
जब भी पर्यूषण के समय में स्लॉटर पे बैन लगाने की बात चल रही थी, तो देयर वर पीपल हु वेंट इन द सुप्रीम कोर्ट एंड अदर कोर्ट्स एंड दे प्रेजेंटेड अकबर्स फरमान इन विच ही हैड मेंशन्ड दैट पूज्य हीर सूरी जी की प्रेरणा से उन्होंने पर्यूषण और उसके अलावा साल में 6 महीने तक स्लॉटर पे बैन लगवाया था. तो वो फरमान जब हमारे पास थे और हमने प्रेजेंट किए तो कोर्ट उसके आगे कुछ सोच पाया. सो एज यू सेड, इन्फॉर्मेशन इज़ रियली इम्पोर्टेंट. ऐसे कौन से सुप्रीम कोर्ट या दूसरे कोर्ट्स के ऐसे रिमार्केबल वर्डिक्ट्स हैं जो आप हमारे साथ शेयर करना चाहेंगे?
You are talking about verdicts in general or in perspectives of Jainism?
Which can help a Jain as an individual or as a community?
I tell you, as you said, it is a Hinsa Virodhi Sangh versus Union of India. What you referred is the judgment, where the Akbar's Farman was there to practice the 6 months of non-violations and refrain from consuming the meat and all. That's correct. Now, you see, I will not go into that particular details much, but your question is there are which other such kind of verdicts.
Yeah.
तो मैं आपको बताता हूँ कि संथारा. Yeah, Santhara practice. Santhara case was there in 2014 in Rajasthan High Court. The Rajasthan High Court says कि भाई that is some Nitin Soni versus state of Rajasthan, and then this court, Rajasthan court said it is inhuman. That it is not essential religious practice. You can't, you don't have the right to die. So these people went to Supreme Court.
Okay.
The petitioner went to Supreme Court. So what Supreme Court has done? Supreme Court has upheld because they said it is a. See, our advocates were able to convince the Supreme Court that this is the way of Jains to manifest the death, like it is a manifesting the life. There is no illegality, there is no violation, there is no criminality, for which the court can prevent. So the Santhara is not inhuman. The person is not in agitation, is not saying that this is my demand, and if you will not fulfill that demand, I will die. Here, fasting unto death is Santhara or Sanlankhana.
It's voluntary.
Yeah, it's voluntary, and that person is convinced that this is the way of salvation. So it is a Santhara case. Like that, there are other cases also there. Now I can tell you about triple talaq. That is a Shaira Banu case of 2022. In the triple talaq also similar thing the Supreme Court has held that triple talaq is invalid. It is not essential for the religious or for the social purpose. So triple talaq was abolished. There are like so many other orders also there. Ratilal Panachand case, Shirur Mutt case, which are in which really distinguishing what is a secular practice and what is a religious practice. There is a clear distinction is there. So you need to know all these provisions and all these laws. Otherwise one will encroach over other. And you will start believing नहीं ये कुछ नहीं हो सकता इसमें, ये कानून ही ऐसा है.
अभी रिसेंटली सुप्रीम कोर्ट की हमने वीडियोस देखे थे जिसमें द 50th चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया चंद्रचूड़ जी in his farewell speech he mentioned मिच्छामी दुक्कड़म. And he also said कि वो हर रोज सुप्रीम कोर्ट की सीढ़ियाँ चढ़ने के पहले नवकार मंत्र का जाप करते थे. So it was a really proud moment that they value these principles so much. But the question is, are we actually aware of what we have? Are Jains aware of their powers and their rights, and are we able to exercise them?
No, we are not. Because of our ignorance, because of our indifference, इसको बोलते हैं ना उदासीनता. हमको तो ये हेरिटेज मिल गया है, तो we don't care. We are the prodigal sons.
And I think we believe more in just giving away money and getting our work done, rather than getting into the laws and the process.
Yeah, because you don't know the laws. It is in your favor. You don't have to give the money.
Okay.
See, that is what. See, in my case, I tell you personally that I have every day we have a case with various courts and Supreme Courts. It's a matter of every day, and in various states, and plus also with the government policies and all. We have to, sometimes fight with the government, sometimes to convince to the government. So, but during the process, I have not given a single penny so far today to get favorable result. You see, it may require you to fight for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, but then you get the result is a pure result. You see.
आपने जिन शासन की रक्षा और सेवा के लिए बहुत सारे कार्य किए हैं, और बहुत सारे रिमार्केबल अचीवमेंट्स भी आपके कारण आ पाए हैं, तो उनमें से कोई आप शेयर करना चाहेंगे?
देखिए, आई एम नॉट इंडिविजुअल पर्सन टू, आई एम ए पार्ट ऑफ द टीम, and the team also has got some divine help. So these all are possible. Otherwise, it is not in. I mean, nobody of us can do it. Whatever the result we have got are remarkable is a result, and at end of that every case we felt that this is not our cup of tea. I mean, we can't get this such kind of result. We can't do it. It's not our capability. Now I can tell you about these cases. See, it is a matter of the knowledge about what are the rights and whatever the powers you got. We don't have those such kind of knowledge. I tell you, in April 2024, 16th April 2024, there was an auction kept in Taj Hotel, Taj Palace, by Todiwala auctioneer. Todiwala is very prominent auctioneer in the India, very prominent, more than 100 years old, this organization, auctioneers. So they have kept this exhibitions of antiques and auction. In that there were 17 idols of our god and goddess of 11th century, 10th century, 12th century, 13th century.
And from where did they get them?
There is no source. We will ask them source. They have kept it. The inspection was done by the potential buyers, and there was an auction in Taj Palace on 17th. And 16th evening, when I came to home about 5:30 from my office, I just came. I read in one message कि कल ये auction है टोडीवाला का. तो उसमें उसका कैटलॉग था. कैटलॉग में देर वर 17 आदिश्वर भगवान एंड नेमिनाथ भगवान एंड ऑल आइडल्स वर देर. ब्यूटीफुल आइडल, ब्यूटीफुल. देर वर बेसिक cost they were saying is 94 lakhs rupees
per idol.
नहीं, total of 17. That was the base cost. Now I approached the advocate कि immediately कि इसको stop कैसे कर सकते हैं, कल auction है. तो he said कि इसकी petition जो prepare करनी होगी, it's no time.
Not even 24 hours.
Yeah, and we have to submit it to the court. Then court will. I mean, there are objections. Comes, it goes to registrar. Registrar will check whether the petition is proper or not, and the objection it comes back. So there is no and there are other cases in line up. So why the court will take up this matter? फिर भी बोले आप पिटीशन बना देते हैं तो मैं कल फाइल कर दूंगी. तो मैं बोला आई मे नॉट बी एबल टू format the petition in proper legal language, but I can put up the laws and all. मैं petition बनाया. उसके बाद में वो 17th को morning को it was mentioned in the court when जब the court 10:30 बजे चालू हुआ, शुरू हुआ, तो mention किया एडवोकेट ने कि ये आज ऑक्शन है. ये जो आइडल्स है, we have doubt that it is a theft. चोरी का हो सकता है. और आज उसका ऑक्शन है, तो उसके लिए ऑक्शन के ऊपर रोक लगाना चाहिए, स्टे ऑर्डर चाहिए हमें. कोर्ट सेड यू कम पोस्ट लंच, दैट इज अबाउट 2 o'clock, and 3:30 was the time for auction. And the court has called everybody, Taj hotel authorities, then the auctioneers, and also they said that if any owner is there, and the ASI, that is the Archaeological Survey of India people, they came and we argued to that. They are not registered with ASI. They may be registered at anywhere in India, but when they comes to Bombay, before auctioning, before selling, they have to register with ASI. Then only somebody can keep the check on this. It is not going out of countries. It's not smuggling. So there is a provision in the law. Registration has to be required. Plus the permission they have to take from the ASI. Prior to this auction, they have not taken it. Court immediately gave the stay order. Auction के ऊपर 17 idols जो हमारे जैन के थे, बाकी के आइटम क्या उसको परमिशन दिया. Now till today दैट इज द स्टेटस इज सेम. सब प्रतिमा जी इधर है.
अच्छा.
यहाँ एक का भी ऑप्शन नहीं हुआ है. यू नो इट वाज रियली. नाउ यू टेल मी कि वो हमारा काम नहीं है, वो इट इज अ डिवाइन फोर्स हु इज डूइंग. I mean, we cannot do this.
And इतने short time में ये काम कर पाना
it was really impossible. In fact, it was just a gambling. होगा तो होगा, नहीं तो कुछ नहीं. Like there is one more case I can tell you of the charity commissioner. Charity commissioner of Maharashtra used to take 2% tax from our religious trust and charitable trust. In 2009, some our other groups, you know, from Godiji, trustee of the Godiji temple, Girish Bhai, and then Praful Shah, our advocate, was there. I was there, and other people also were there. So they have gone to the court कि भाई ये 2% ले रहे हैं, तो इसका इसी there is a huge collection, and why charity commissioner need all this money, because their work is just to administer. तो कोर्ट ने उस टाइम पे उसको एंड दे हैव 171 करोड़ रुपीस इन अ फिक्स्ड डिपॉजिट. व्हाई चैरिटी कमिश्नर नीड टू कीप मनी, सच ह्यूज मनी इन फिक्स्ड डिपॉजिट. सो कोर्ट गिव द स्टे. देयर आफ्टर अगेन चैरिटी कमिश्नर वेंट टू द कोर्ट कि भाई आप इन द 2014 गिव अस नाउ परमिशन बिकॉज वी आर ड्राइड अप, वी हैव नो मनी. कोर्ट ने नहीं दिया. 2016 दे वेंट, कोर्ट ने नहीं दिया. दे केम टू 2022 कि भाई नाउ वी हैव नो मनी. And there are so many pending issue, procurements are there, like Xerox machine and some offices and renovations and everything, and they have given the budget estimate in the court that otherwise our work is held up. We cannot properly administer the trust. So then we have gone to the court. We have obtained everything from the RTI. We said that there is a CAG, Controller General of India. Audit is required. Their charity commissioner office audit is not proper. There are datas are missing. Manipulations are there. So court can't give the permission for to lift the stay. Okay. Court cannot lift the stay. I mean, it was a teamwork. Of course, I was one of them, but it is a teamwork. But then you see, it was a 431 crore rupees demand was there on total Hindu temples. From retrospective effect 2009 till date, court has kept the stay. So these are the few judgments, you know, which is in our favor, as you ask. I am just sharing with you.
हमारे बहुत सारे तीर्थ स्थान वो भी आज काफ़ी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स में चल रहे हैं, तो ऐसा क्यों है? हमारे एंड से या लॉज के एंड से ऐसी क्या कमी रह रही है जिसके कारण सच प्योर प्लेसेस वो दो कम्युनिटीज़ की लड़ाई का स्थान बन गए हैं?
Good. See, we have the challenge. Our tirth means our tirth has got the challenge from various sects. You know, within our sect and outsiders, and we are facing so many challenges. But still, I tell you कि there are. आप अंतरिक्ष जी की बात करेंगे अभी रिसेंटली. सो यू नो दैट मैटर वेंट टू प्रिवी काउंसिल ऑल्सो, दैट मैटर वेंट टू सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑल्सो, दैट मैटर वेंट टू मैजिस्ट्रेट कोर्ट ऑल्सो. लास्ट मोर देन 120 years that case was going on. But we could able to prove that this particular idol belongs to Shvetambari. Now only thing in between, during the span of time, some committee was formed and other sect Digambars also was made the member of the committee, and some resolution is passed. For that we had to compromise for several things, but otherwise when you know the true history and your rights, तो डेफिनेटली आपकी फेयर में आ सकता है. मैं आपको बताऊं कि ये पालीताना का जो केस है उसमें 180/2017 केस नंबर WP नंबर रिट पिटिशन 180/2017, उसका एक जजमेंट आया था 2021 में केस का कि अबाउट अवर राइट्स एंड पावर ऑफ जैन्स ओवर द गिरिराज. सो यू सी इट वाज वेरी क्लियर. हमारे जो डॉक्यूमेंटेशन है 18th सेंचुरी के डॉक्यूमेंट्स से लेके अभी तक के डॉक्यूमेंट्स को स्टडी करके व्हाट द राइट्स वी हैव गोट, एंड इट्स क्लैरिफाइड एवरीथिंग कि एंटायर गॉड एट टॉप of the mountain belongs to Jain.
Okay.
Nobody can build any temple or anything without Jain's permission. Entire hill is object of worshipping for the Jain. So anything, any other community, anybody is constructing anything without Jain permission, they cannot. They have to take the permission, and if any encroachment is there, that encroachment, Jain community can take the help of police administration and get it demolished. That was very clear. There are so many things were clear over there. Only thing in practical, it may be little difficult, in present situation, because some other communities, it may erupt and it may affect some other things. So all these things we need to understand. But then there was some notorious elements were there, and one Sarnanand Bapu was there, and Bharat Rathod and Mana Bharwad and all these people were creating a lot of nuisance over there on the Giriraj. They all are eliminated. Now nobody is there because of such judgment from the court.
So इस judgment के पहले सिर्फ पालितना के ऊपर जितने मंदिर है and the stairs, only that much part was in the custody of Jains.
नहीं, पालिताना के गिरिराज, what you are talking?
हाँ, गिरिराज, sorry. So गिरिराज में अभी ये जजमेंट आया, उसके पहले what was the rule? What was the?
वो it was there, but nobody was knowing.
Okay.
सब बोलते थे सब सरकारी है. They clearly written the Kund, Pagla, Deri, temple, every place of worship belongs to Jain.
What about the part apart from the temples?
No, then Pagla, Deri, Kund.
The barren land, जो jungle area.
No. Forest is not there. Forest there is not only the forest. There is a Gauchar land. There is a revenue land. So there are different categories of lands are there. All lands that belongs, that is that is in government side. That is on government part. But nobody can do anything against the Jain tenets.
Okay.
That is clear, because after that freedom, that everything, whatever the mountains, rivers and everything was there, went to the government. Government was the owner. So government is for the administration of forest area, Gauchar area, revenue land and all. Not, they have got no control over our worshipping place.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have been an electrical engineer by profession, and coming into this field of working with a team of advocates and training them and getting into legal matters. तो आपका preparation from before the judgment, after the judgment, पूरा pattern, can you explain us how you work?
Yes. See, I'm an electrical engineer, but I am associated with Ministry of Animal Husbandry, and that is with Animal Welfare Board of India, as a slaughterhouse inspection committee member and legal committee member and rule drafting committee, co-opted member of rule drafting, and with this Home Ministry Border Management Committee, Ministry of Home Affairs. But so it is a little easy for me to access the documents and all. That is one good part for me. Now, but the basically I am a fond of reading, and I keep on reading. Now, you see, whenever some issue arises or somebody gives some information, message, something, तो उसके ऊपर thorough study करता हूँ. काफ़ी time लगता है, but I used to do it. And then I approached to my advocate. Advocates are also, our team is like-minded. Our organization, Akhil Bharatiya Krishi Goseva Sangh, where I am trustees, is founded in 1928, about 95 years ago. And 2 ex-prime ministers of India were our president. Yeah, and so many other luminaries. So we have got a legacy. And my Vardhaman Parivar, my colleagues, my seniors, they always keep on guiding me. It is a teamwork. I am majorly looking after these legal matters, but the additional supportive system has to be there. You need the infrastructure, you need the encouragement. So when I keep on reading, I got the team of advocate also. We have the full-fledged office and we have got the employed advocates also. So, we all work together. They do the study, we do the study, and we go to the court, and we always hire best advocate, best available advocate. So they are guiding us. So this is how, and once the case is there, then we put we give our all efforts on that case. After that judgment comes, we go for the implementation. We write to everybody, and since my position with the Animal Welfare Board of India, that helps me, and getting it implemented properly. So that's how it goes. But I tell you, it's a teamwork. It's an organization. Then only you can do this.
It is possible. Okay. As youngsters, if we tell them to do dharma, they might not be very interested. But when it comes to Jeev Daya, saving animals, they always come ahead. And you've been a person who's been into this. You've saved lakhs of animals using laws and the constitution. So we would like to know how did you go through that, and what message would you like to give to youngsters regarding this?
See, even if it is a Jeev Daya, it's a Sasan Suraksha is also equally important now in present scenario. So youngsters need to be attracted in this field. Your message should be properly disseminated. Proper आपका message जाना चाहिए कि it's not so difficult task. I mean, and it's not, you can do it with your existing activities also. You don't have to get 100% devoted. सबको वो जरूरी नहीं है, कोई 2-5 लोग डिवोटेड है, ठीक है, आप उतना लेवल का डिवोशन जरूरी नहीं है. बट यू मेक योर माइंड to be with, to get yourself attached with this activity. I tell you, मैं मेरी बात करता हूँ, जब मैं कहता हूँ तो हमारी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की बात करता हूँ, मेरी बात नहीं है, बट टू गिव द मैसेज टू द यंगस्टर्स आई हैव टू यूज दैट टर्म. मेरी बात करता हूँ.
We would like to know how did you get into this field?
See, we and the youngsters, I hope they will like, once they will know that how easily work can be done. See, हम when you say कि हम जीव दया के लिए काम करते हैं, तो कोई बोलेगा गाय के लिए करते हैं, बैल के लिए करते हैं, वही होगा. But that is not the case. हम फिश के लिए काम किया है, करोड़ फिश बची है, crores of fish. हमने चूहे के लिए काम किया है, रेट. वो अभी केस चालू है बॉम्बे हाई कोर्ट में फॉर द रेट. वी हैव डन द केस फॉर मंकीज, मोक्का monkeys in this Shimla court, Shimla High Court. We have done for goats, we have done for buffaloes, we have done for cows, we have done for bullocks, we have done for pigs. Then in case of goats, there was a 13,60,000 goat live goats used to export every year since last 40 years from one tuna port of Kutch to Saudi Arabia. Live, for the purpose of slaughtering.
From India?
From India. Live goats, in violation of all the rules and laws, national and international laws. We spent 3 years on them.
3 years?
And that port is locked, sealed. बिल्कुल बंद हो गया. अभी ईद के टाइम पे स्पेशल फ्लाइट से जा रहे हैं, वो 7-8 फ्लाइट जाती होगी, तो 13,60,000 was there, is now maybe coming to 1.5 lakhs or so. There was every day 15,000 to 20,000 cows were exported illegally to the Bangladesh. I worked for that for more than 2.5 years. I went so many times on the border and all.
So you've been on ground?
Yeah. At that point of time, because you see, it was there were lot of illegal activities were there, anti-national activities were there. There is a weapon, there is a drugs, there is a insurgency, there is a counterfeit notes, fake notes, and there was a sleeper cell, there was a terrorism, or everything was involved to that. But then we filed the case in Supreme Court in the year 2015. I was following that case from 2013. In 2015, we filed the case in Supreme Court. We have appointed advocates. I mean, the top advocate of India at that point of time, Soli Sorabji. At that time, he was taking subsidized fees from us
In
per
2013,
appearance.
15.
Yeah, 2015. But you see, in the first day when we went to the court with our petition, the Justice Khair was there. He's still judge in Supreme Court. He thrown away our file. He said, हमारे पास तो कोई ये जो इन्फिल्ट्रेशन है, जो ह्यूमन स्मगलिंग है, ट्रैफिकिंग है, उसको रोकने के लिए फोर्स नहीं है. और केटल की बात कर रहे हो, जो बॉर्डर सिक्योरिटी फोर्स है वो केटल सिक्योरिटी फोर्स हो जाएगा, सीएसएफ हो जाएगा बीएसएफ में से. आपकी तो ऐसी बात है. He has thrown away the file. But then this advocate was there. He stood away and he said, no, it is not only the cattle smuggling. It is a human infiltration. It is a fake currency. It is a terrorism. It is a bombshells. It is a weapons. It is a drugs. All are in exchange of a cattle. So the cattle is used as a currency. So please take 1 week time, study our document, and I had made one document, Splendor of India, entire booklet with photographs and everything, how the things are going on. So petition as well as this particular Splendor of India was given to the court. And since he was a so senior person, court could not resist. Said okay, and the judgment has come. With that judgment, it was a ban of this smuggling from Indian border to Bangladesh. But still, I am telling you, some 3,000, 4,000 animals must be going every day. But it was whatever the intensity was there, to 15,000, which came down to 3,000 or so. So that is what is I'm saying to my youngsters कि आप कर सकते हैं. It is not difficult. Once you need to come and you need to join, it is not so difficult. और आपको भी अच्छा लगेगा. आपको लगेगा कि आपने लाखों एनिमल्स बचा दिए. कैसा लगेगा आपको? मैं आपको जब बता रहा हूँ तो आपको क्या लग रहा है? आपको कैसा लग रहा है? इसी की सो इजी. इवन इफ यू से फिश, रेड्स, पिग्स, तो हजारों लाखों एनिमल्स बचे हुए. बट दैट इज गुड टीम वर्क इज देयर. अभी मैं आपको गदी माई की बात कर सकता हूँ, तो उसमें भी मोर देन 1.5 lakhs एनिमल्स हैव सेव्ड in Gadi Mai this year, and that was a support of all youngsters. So 68,000 mails had gone to the 13 authorities of government to stop this. That all mechanism was developed by youngsters, not by me. I just gave them content. So how they feel. See, what is my? He will also feel what is my efforts, major effort, and what a grand result I got. So my message is very clear. Both are the sector, Jivdaya as well as Sashan Suraksha. Both are the sector waiting for you. There are so many people who are already indulged with so many other activities. Let them do that activities. But you don't disturb them. But at least now, if you are a newcomer, you join with these activities and you will get the result. And next generation is naturally, because you also had a seniors. We have learned from them. They trained us. You see, nothing has come automatically. So, those trainers have, crafted or they've given the shape to our path. So like that, it should go to the next generation also. So my message is very clear कि आप जुड़िए साथ में. देर आर तीर्थ की बात है, आपको शासन की बात है, साधु साधु जो भगवंत की सुरक्षा की बात है, श्रुत की रक्षा की बात है, या धर्म की रक्षा की बात है. आप जो आपका सब्जेक्ट है वो सब्जेक्ट इज वेटिंग फॉर यू. You will get lot of subjects and lot of opportunities. You take that opportunity.
What preparation must they have from their side to do any work?
Preparation of mind is required. Patience. आज आके बोल देते हैं यंगस्टर की क्या काम करूं मैं, बोलिए आप. और वो सीधा मैं जो काम आज कर रहा हूं वो काम उसको कल करना है. जो प्रोसेस मैंने 30 years में पास किया उसके लिए उसके पास 30 hours नहीं है. So the patience is required, and you to start yourself, you to prepare yourself mentally as well as physically. You should have you should have developed that vision, and that comes out of your study.
What career should they select, or what reading should they do? Any suggestions?
Yeah, there are the readings are there. If you are going for the Sasan Suraksha, there are different sets of reading, and for Jivdya also different sets of reading. I can tell you for Jivdya, there are so many cases are there. And there are so many narratives are there when you can just read it and you understand, see, so easily this work is done. Only thing, the issue is nobody has done it. Once you put the one step ahead, the result is likely to come. I mean, result is waiting for you. So they can study from so many cases and all.
So basically case study करना है, practically vision.
Yeah, and they keep on meeting, you know. तो बात होती है, उसके क्वेश्चंस होते हैं, तो इंटरेक्शन चाहिए.
आप जिस प्रकार के कार्यों में इन्वॉल्व रहे हो, उसमें आपको बहुत बार थ्रेट्स भी मिली होगी. तो एट दैट टाइम व्हाट इज योर स्टेट ऑफ माइंड? हाउ डू यू कीप योरसेल्फ काम?
थ्रेट तो मिलती है. हमारे वॉलंटियर से वो रोज रात को औरंगाबाद में, कोल्हापुर में, संभाजी नगर में, नासिक में, पड़गा में रेड करते हैं और व्हीकल इंटरसेप्ट करते हैं एवरी नाइट. और रात को 1:30 बजे 1 बजे हमको मैसेज भेजते हैं कि आज ये जगह पे हमने रेड किया है, इतने एनिमल्स पकड़े हैं, सीज किया, इंटरसेप्ट किया व्हीकल, और उसको यहाँ रिहेबिलिट करते हैं. तो बाद में हमारा काम शुरू हो जाता है केस करने का, केस लड़ने का. सो बट एनीवे, अभी तो मेरे पास प्रेजेंट कोई थ्रेट नहीं है आज, बट इट वॉज देयर. बट यू सी, वन थिंग इज देयर, इट इज़ वेरी क्लियर. we do take precaution. कोरोना टाइम पे काफ़ी थ्रेट थी, तो आई यूज टू टेक प्रोटेक्शन. बट अदरवाइज यू सी, यू ट्रस्ट ऑन डिवाइन फोर्स. इट इज़ विथ यू. they have given you one particular कवच, यू नो. एंड आप अगर उसके ऊपर ट्रस्ट रखते हैं तो ही मैनेज योर ऑल अफेयर्स. आपको कुछ करना ही नहीं, बिकॉज यू नीड टू हैव ए क्लियरिटी इन माइंड दैट योर रोल इज नॉट इवन 5%. आई एम जस्ट ए कुरियर आपके घर में बंदूक लेके आएगा या 1 करोड़ रुपए का चेक लेके आएगा, आप उसको नहीं क्रेडिट देंगे, नहीं गाली देंगे. तो वी आर वर्किंग एज ए कुरियर.
इतने सारे कार्य करते हुए भी आप प्रभु कृपा को पूरा,
वो ही है, हमारा काम ही नहीं है. इट्स बियॉन्ड आवर एबिलिटीज. यू गॉट नो एबिलिटी फॉर दैट. कोई काम ही नहीं है. और वी एवरी डे वी फील कि कहाँ भी अटके, कोई भी हेल्प मिल गई तो अभी अटके ही नहीं. तो ये रिजल्ट मिलता है, उसमें एक भी रिजल्ट हमारी कैपेसिटी से नहीं मिलता. मैं आपको बताऊं कि आप गिरिराज की यात्रा करने जाते हैं, 24 छठ करके 7 यात्रा करते हैं. आपकी 7 यात्रा हो गई, नीचे उतर के क्या बोलेंगे, मैंने यात्रा की, कभी बोलेंगे आप?
हम बस एक सीढ़ी चढ़ रहे हैं और बाकी
यात्रा. आपने बोला मैंने तो पैर उठाया खाली, बाकी तो दादा आपने ही यात्रा कराई, मैंने कुछ किया ही नहीं है, मेरे से तो हो ही नहीं सकती थी, मैं सोच भी नहीं सकती थी. तो इट इज़ लाइक दिस. हम भी सोच नहीं सकते थे कि कर सकेंगे. इट्स यू नो द फोर्स हु हेल्प अस, हु सपोर्ट अस, उसके लिए होता है. खाली हम तो आपके सामने फेस है, वो फेस नहीं है, उतना ही फर्क है. 95% कम्स फ्रॉम देयर. वी आर द maybe 5% older.
I think your works and the way you move ahead for शासन सुरक्षा, ये यंगस्टर्स को बहुत ज़्यादा इंस्पिरेशन देने वाला बनेगा. आखिर में वी वुड लाइक टू नो, जैनिक विजन के लिए आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
जैनिक विजन, आई अंडरस्टैंड. जैनिक इज जैन सैनिक,
जिन शासन के सैनिक.
या सो सैनिक नेवर गोज टू सेरेमनीज.
ट्रू.
हाँ, आपको वॉर फ्रंट पे ही रहना है. कुछ भी हो गए, एक कोई वॉर आपने जीत लिया, बाद में भी उसके मार्शल जाएंगे, सेरेमनी में जाना है तो सैनिक नहीं जाएंगे. तो सैनिक डजंट गोज टू सेरेमनीज. देयर आर, आई हैव सीन ओवर ए पीरियड ऑफ 30-40 years, देयर वर सो मेनी NGOs have come up and everybody is doing fantastic work. It's a needful work they are doing. But you see, organizations are doing the work which they were doing about 30 years back, 20 years back, 40 years back, whatever the work they were doing, still they are doing this. They could have diverted for more better work, which is a demanded work. You know, the pressing demand. शासन सुरक्षा, basically I will specify it. तो उसमें नहीं है. बट ये तो कोई सैनिक नहीं है, सब वॉलंटियर्स है. आप वॉलंटियर्स नहीं है, आप सैनिक है. तो वॉलंटियर्स है वो वॉलंटरी होता है. आपके लिए कोई वॉलेंट्री नहीं है, जैनिक के लिए कोई वॉलेंट्री नहीं है, एवरीथिंग इज कंपल्सरी. तो दैट डिसिप्लिन जैनिक शुड हैव, आई एक्सपेक्ट. और आप वो जो गतानुगतिक काम चलते हैं, जो सब करते हैं, वो आप मत करिए. उसको करने दीजिए, जो भी अच्छा काम है, वो भी जरूरी सेक्टर है, उसको वो संभालने दीजिए. आप बिहाइंड स्टेज जो भी कर सकते हैं वो करिए. बट और ऐसी कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन नहीं है मुझे मेरे ध्यान में कि जो ये फील्ड में ऐसे डेडिकेट with dedication and with mission and with vision they have come. In fact, I'm thankful to Jainik for calling me here and for preparing this vision document, vision to 2024.
We thank you for being here and giving us your time.
And in fact, I will say the vision should be execution.
Yes.
Vision and executions are complementary to each other. तो आपका जो विजन है वो विजन को आप एग्जीक्यूशन में भी कन्वर्ट करना.
yes, वही प्लान है आगे, एक्शन प्लान 26-27. सो ये सारे विजन्स जो आपने शेयर किए हैं, ये इसकी बेसिस पे यंगस्टर्स नेक्स्ट 2 इयर्स का एक्शन प्लान तैयार करेंगे. एंड देन दैट्स हाउ वी प्लान टू मूव अहेड.
या
सो थैंक यू सो मच फॉर गिविंग अस
ओके, थैंक यू.
एंड हमें बहुत अच्छा लगा कि आप यहाँ आए और आपके विजन्स आपने हमारे साथ शेयर किए.
या थैंक यू, वेलकम. आई एम इनफैक्ट मैं यहाँ आया नहीं, आई एम ऑल्सो जैनिक, पार्ट ऑफ जैनिक मिशन. सो यू कैन ऑलवेज कंसीडर मी वन ऑफ यू. ओके,
हमको आपकी जरूरत पड़ने ही वाली है बहुत सारे कार्य.
श्योर, आई विल बी ऑनर्ड.
So on behalf of Jainik Vision, we would like to present you with a small memento as a token of appreciation.
Yeah, thank you so much.
for being
Thank
here.
you so much. It's a beautiful memento. I will keep on my table.
Yes.